Cable television began as a community access television in Mahanoy City, Pennsylvania. When John Watson provides cable television to customers of his appliance store, it began on March 1, 1948. During the summer of 1947, Watson erected an antenna on a high ridge of a nearby mountain. Later that year, Watson strung electrical ribbon wire from the mountain antenna down to his appliance warehouse. He was then able to demonstrate for visitors a video image and a weak audio signal. In 1948, he erected a large antenna on top of the mountain and replaced the ribbon wire with a more efficient wind-led wire. People gathered outside the store window to watch the programs being brought in Philadelphia. Objectives of the design are the following. Our own channel including informative show and advertisement from the municipality of Rizal, educational channels which will help the viewers enhance their mind, news and other societal channels regarding political and economic status which will keep the viewers awareness, entertainment channels including music, sports, cartoon shows, local and foreign movies. Other channels including business, medical, housekeeping, cooking, and carpentry that lead viewers to acquire knowledge and develop their skills and abilities. The purpose of this study is to answer these following questions. Number 1. Is it possible to install a cable system in Rizal, Nueva Ecija? Number 2. Is it possible to use fiber optic technology to establish a cable system in Rizal, Nueva Ecija? Number 3. What is the best medium to use to supply a cable service from the head end to the subscriber? To students, the proposed study serves the student as their reference or guide in creating their cable system design. To teachers, the proposed study will help teachers to have a deeper understanding to the said cable system design in Rizal, Nueva Ecija. To future researchers, the proposed study will benefit and help the future researchers as their guide to make their own design. HC system is development of a traditional cable system. Users are connected to a coaxial cable bus in the street just as in a regular cable system. The difference is that the signal is now sent from the distribution center to the end of the street on single-mode fiber. This system replaces the trunk lines and amplifiers of the tree and branch network with fiber optic cable and optical receivers. Almost all cable company today uses this type of technology. Headed system. Signals are acquired via satellite in the head end. It is the brain of the cable television system. This is a building that does the computing, processing, modulation, and combining of signals. Signals from the satellite go to the power divider and then modulator. Then all signals go to the channel combiner. After processing, the signals is ready to be distributed. Distribution system. Nowadays, distribution system normally use the hybrid fiber coax system, where the distribution lines are made up of optical fibers and coaxial cables. Here is the distribution system: the trunk cable, the distribution or feeder cable in the neighborhood, the drop cable to the home and in-house wirings, the terminal equipment, or the consumer electronics. Head power supply diagram. The local power provider gives power supply to the cable television system. In case of local power failure, due to certain reason, we have a generator for backup power supply to sustain the proven network cable system services to the subscribers. It is implemented to provide redundant power supply without any interruption in cable television system. Head and equipments. Distribution equipments. Instruments. Tools. Aerial equipments. Power supply. Company service. ABS-CBN National, ESPN, Star Sports, Solar Sports, Basketball TV, GMA National, Cinema One, Jack TV, ETC, GMA News TV, Knowledge Channel, IBC 13, CNN, Fox Channel, Lifestyle Network, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, HBO, Cinemax, Star Movies, Studio 23, Fashion TV, Net 25, Viva Universal, History Channel, TV5, Al Jazeera, Star World, National Geographic, ABS-CBN Regional News, AXN, ANC, Mix, MTV, BBC World, Star Phoenix, DZMM Tele Radio, Hero, Living Asia, NBN4, Shop TV, EWTN, TV Maria, NHK World, GEM TV, GMA7 Amyanan, Sunshine TV, ACQ, KBN, Biography Channel, Lotus Macau, Balls, 2nd Avenue, Arirang, Proven Advertisement, CLTV. Archetypical joint pole. This diagram shows the archetypical joint pole. The communication lines are located below the electrical distribution line, and the space between these two lines is called communication safety zone. Trunk line losses. From head end, the signal is 50 dB. As it travels, it attenuates at a certain distance, which is 1.56 dB per 100 feet. In our design, the first coupler is 60 meter from the head end, so the input signal in the first coupler is 44.34 dB. Considering the insertion loss of the coupler, which is 1.1 dB, the output of the directional coupler will be 39.27 dB. The next coupler is 344 meter that yields 20.67 dB cable loss. So the input of the next coupler is 17.5 dB. Since it is enough to travel, we will use a trunk line amplifier with a gain of 36 dB. The next coupler will have an input of 7.53 dB. Since the cable loss has been subtracted, another trunk amplifier will be used to travel with longer distances. From the trunk amplifier to another trunk amplifier, we used the distance of 703.56 meter, maintaining an 11 dB as input for the next trunk amplifier. Distribution losses. The distribution line will start in the trunk line from the directional coupler down to the feeder line and drop line to the subscriber. This is how it is. From the directional coupler, if the input is 30 dB and the isolation loss is 8 dB, the signal gain that will enter the feeder line is the difference between the input of the directional coupler and the isolation loss, which is 22 dB. In the feeder line, we will put the top of the subscriber, but the signal input of the top is determined by considering the line loss of the feeder line. The cable loss of the feeder line that we use is 3.04 dB per 100 feet. If we have a feeder line of 10 meters from the directional coupler to the top, line loss will be 1 dB, so that the input for the top will be 21 dB using the top with an isolation loss of 20.5 dB. The signal that the subscriber will receive is 0.5 dB, which is enough for the TB, and the signal output of the top that will continue on the feeder line is the difference between the input signal of the top and the insertion loss of the top used. In this design, the insertion loss of the top with 20.5 dB loss is 1.5 dB. The signal that will continue after the top is 19.5 dB until the next stop. Monthly rate is 400 pesos. 1,000 pesos for the installation fee with maximum of 30 meters. If exceeds in 30 meters, subscriber must provide the additional wire. Maximum of 1 week installation when a subscriber applies for cable television. Advertising, announcements, and posting updates are special services of our company. There will be designated channels for this type of service. 2 months of not paying bills, the subscriber will receive disconnection notice. 3 months of not paying bills, the cable service will be terminated. Ensure entertainment and quality of service. Offering a technical service that will respond with a maximum of 5 hours after receiving and confirming complaint. Our office will open every Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and every Saturday at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. To standardize all the procedures in construction of this design in reality, we must follow certain grounds. These are the permits needed before designing, establishing, and operating cable system, namely NTC permit, Joint Pole Agreement, Mayor's Permit, SEC Permit, CATB Service Application Form, duly signed and approved by authorized person.